Hello everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are fine, right? So my dear students, as you all know, we are doing explanation of lesson number 9, Uncle Ken at the wheel. So in previous video, I have explained half of the lesson and today we will complete the leftover part of the lesson. So as you all know, always in the all lectures we are doing revision of previous video so that you can connect with the present topic, right? So today first I'll explain you in short a summary of a previous video, then we will go to the today's topic, to the today's explanation part. So let's begin. I already explained you this quote. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. So this is the image of your textbook, Uncle Ken at the wheel. So do you remember, my dear students, in a previous video I told you one story about Uncle Ken which I studied when I was a student. Do you remember? Yes. Uncle Ken is a very funny character. Uncle Ken was a very funny character who was not earning anything and turn by turn living with his sisters. Uncle Ken was having three sisters, so 4 threes are 12. With each sister, Uncle Ken was living for the 4 months. Right? So let's see. I asked you this question, so students, those who didn't message me, please message me that who is your favorite relative and tell the class why you like him or her. Is this relative funny, intelligent or kind? You have to message me about this, okay? So let's begin. The narrator, Ruskin, has a lot of fun memories of Uncle Ken. Narrator means a writer. Writer Ruskin Bond is having a lot of fun memories of Uncle Ken. So, whenever Ruskin Bond visits his grandmother, he found Uncle Ken there. So, this story is about Uncle Ken. On my next visit to Dehra, Dehra is the short form of Dehradun. Mohan met me at the station, means Mohan met to the Ruskin. We got into a tonga with my luggage and we went rattling and jingling along Dehra's quiet roads to Granny's house. Means Ruskin and a Mohan. Mohan is the house helper, servant. They both went to the Granny's house. Granny is the short form of grandmother. Granny is the short form of grandmother. So they both went to the granny's house. Rattling means a sound of moving tonga. Okay, tonga means a cart. Tell me all the news, Mohan. Ruskin is asking to the Mohan that tell me the news. Not much to tell. Some of the sahibs are selling their houses and going away. Susie has had kittens. Now Mohan is replying to Ruskin that some of the sahibs means a very rich person. As I told you before that Dehradun was a small town or a small village, so the rich persons were moving towards city by selling their houses. Granny knew I had been in the train for 2 nights, means grandmother knew that Ruskin was in the train for the 2 nights. So grandmother prepared make a very huge breakfast, means so many things in the breakfast for the Ruskin. What Granny made? She made porridge, scrambled eggs on toast, meat with fried tomatoes, toast and marmalade, and sweet milky tea. All these are names of dishes which Granny made for the Ruskin. Porridge, scrambled eggs on toast, meat with fried tomatoes, toast and marmalade, and sweet milky tea. She told me there had been a letter from Uncle Cat. So let's see what is in the letter. He says He is the assistant manager at Firpos Hotel in Shimla, she said. So, my dear students, those who have watched previous video, the full video, they knew that very well that Uncle Ken was not earning anything and he could not live on the job. He could not do the job properly. He was not doing anything, right? So, Uncle Ken has written in the letter that he is the assistant manager at Firpos Hotel in Shimla. Firpos Hotel is the name of a hotel. She said, Uncle Ken has written that also that the salary is very good in the hotel and Uncle Ken gets free board and lodging. Board and lodging means meals and a room, food for the three times breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's a steady job. Steady means reliable and continuing for a long time. Anyone can do it easily, it's not a tough job. And I hope he keeps it. Now, Granny said that I hope he keeps it because Uncle Ken was not habituated to earning a money. So, 3 days later, Uncle Ken was on the veranda steps with his bedding roll and battered suitcase. Just 3 days passed after that letter that Uncle Ken has written that he is doing a job as an assistant manager in Shimla. Just after 3 days of that letter, Uncle Ken came back to the granny's house, to the grandmother's house, with his bedding roll. Bedding roll means all his sleeping things, and battered suitcase. Battered means old and slightly damaged. Old and slightly damaged. So, let's see why he had come back. Have you given up the hotel job? Asked Granny. Have you given up the hotel job? Asked Granny. Granny is asking to the Uncle Ken that have you given up the hotel job? Have you left that job also? No, said Uncle Ken. No, said Uncle Ken. They have closed down. They have closed down. I hope it wasn't because of you. I hope it wasn't because of you. No, Aunt Allen. The bigger hotels in the hill stations are all closing down. Well, never mind. Come along and have your tiffin. There is kofta curry today. It's Ruskin's favorite. Now here this is the conversation between Granny means grandmother and Uncle Ken. When Uncle Ken came back to the granny's house, Granny was worried and asked to Uncle Ken that have you given up the hotel job means have you left this job too? Uncle Ken said no, I didn't left the job but the hotel is closed down. So Granny again asking to the Uncle Ken, again telling to the Uncle Ken that I hope the hotel is not closed down because of you. Uncle Ken said, no, Aunt Allen, the bigger hotels in hill stations are all closing down. Means all the hotels in the hill stations are closing down. Well, never mind. Have your tiffin. Tiffin means lunch. At that time, the lunch was called tiffin. There is kofta curry today. Grandmother made the kofta curry because it was Ruskin's favorite. So, let's see what Uncle Ken is doing. Oh, is he here too? I have far too many nephews and nieces. Still, he is preferable to those two girls of Mabel's. They made life miserable for me all the time I was with them in Shimla. Over tiffin, as lunch was called in those days, Uncle Ken talked very seriously about ways and means of earning a living. Now, Uncle Ken is asking that Ruskin is here too. Is he present? Ruskin is one of my favorite nephew. Uncle Ken is having many nephews and nieces, and two girls of Mabel's, Aunt Mabel. They made life miserable for Uncle Ken in the Shimla when Uncle Ken was in Shimla. Right now, Uncle Ken is in Dehradun, right? So, our tiffin, as lunch was cold in those days, I already told you. While taking a lunch, Uncle Ken was talking very seriously how to earn money. Now, can you imagine, my dear students? I gave you this example in previous video also that a student who is always getting a low score, low marks or a zero marks in the exam, and he is giving you a tips how to get more marks in the exam. Is it possible? Of course not. So here Uncle Ken, who don't know how to earn money, is discussing very seriously about the ways and means of earning a living, how to earn money. So let's see what happens. There is only one taxi in the whole of Dehra, he mused. Surely there is business for another. Now Uncle Ken is telling to the Ruskin and Granny that there is only one taxi in the Dehradun, so we can do business of another taxi. He mused. Mused means said in a way that showed deep thought, that he is thinking so deeply in this topic. So what Granny replies, I'm sure there is, said Granny, but where does it get you? In the first place, you don't have a taxi, and in the second place, you can't drive. In the first place, you don't have a taxi, and in the second place, you can't drive. Now, Granny is telling to the Uncle Ken that you are having a very nice idea that in the Dehradun there is only one taxi, so we can do the business of taxi. But first thing is that you don't have a taxi. Uncle Ken is not having a taxi, and you don't know driving. Then how can you do this business? Now, can you imagine, my dear students, the level of Uncle Ken? How intelligent. Now, let me tell you one example. Let me give you one example that your mother is telling you that go in the kitchen and make a biryani. Now, you don't know how to make a Maggi. Then how can you make a biryani, right? So it's like that. Uncle Ken is not having a taxi, he don't know driving, and he wants to do a business of taxi. You don't know how to make a Maggi, how to make a biryani, and what you wants to do business of cooking. You wants to do business of catering. So how's that possible, right? So Uncle Ken is like this only by nature wise. He wants to do each and everything even if he don't know anything. So let's see the next one. See, this is the image. Uncle Ken. This is Uncle Ken, Ruskin, and Granny, grandmother. They are discussing about the ways of earning a money. So I can soon learn. There is a driving school in town, and I can use uncle's old car. It's been gathering dust in the garage for years. He was referring to grandfather's vintage Hillman Roadster. It was a 1926 model, about 20 years old. I don't think it will run now, said Granny. Of course it will. It just needs some oiling and greasing and a spot of paint. So now, first thing I told you, Uncle Ken was never earning. He was living with his three sisters turn by turn. Now, after that, he joined a job as an assistant manager in Shimla, but only within 3 days the hotel closed down. Right? He is saying that, Uncle Ken is saying that hotel closed down, he didn't left the job. So, he wants to do a business of taxi, but he is not having a taxi and he don't know driving. So now Uncle Ken is saying that I can use uncle's old car which is gathering dust in the garage from so many years. It was a vintage car. Vintage means an old car, especially one that was built between 1919 and 1930. Vintage means an old car, especially one that was built between 1919 and 1930. So, Granny is saying that I don't think it will run now because it's too old, almost about 20 years old. Here it is mentioned, you can see. Almost about 20 years old. So, I don't think it will run now. So, Uncle Ken said, of course it will. It just needs some oiling and greasing and a spot of paint. Uncle Cain said that I'll repair the car. Of course, it will run. So let's see what happens next. All right, learn to drive. Then we will see about the Roadster. Roadster is the name of a car. So Uncle Ken joined the driving school. He was very regular going for his lessons for an hour in the evening. Of course, Granny paid the fee. So, I told you we counted so many things that Uncle Ken don't know and he was not earning a money. So, Uncle Ken joined the driving school. He learned the driving school, but who paid the fees? Granny paid the fees because he was not having any money. So, every day in the evening for an hour, Uncle Ken went for learning a driving and Granny paid the fees. So in previous video we have completed till here that Uncle Ken joined the driving school and regularly he was taking driving lessons. Right. So let's see what happens after learning a driving. After a month, Uncle Ken announced that he could drive and that he was taking the roadster out for a trial run. After a month, Uncle Ken announced that he could drive and that he was taking the roadster out for a trial run. Uncle Ken announced that now he knows driving completely. So he is taking the roadster out for the trial run. You haven't got your license yet, said Granny. You haven't got your license yet, said Granny. Granny is telling to the Uncle Ken that you are not having a license, so you cannot drive without license. Oh, I won't take her far, said Uncle Ken. Just down the road and back again. Oh, I won't take her far, said Uncle Ken. Just down the road and back again. I won't take it far. We will go just nearby place and then we will come back. He spent all morning cleaning up the car. Granny gave him money for a can of petrol. He spent all morning cleaning up the car. Granny gave him money for a can of petrol. Now you can see here. Again, Uncle Ken spent all his time for cleaning the car and Uncle Ken wants to drive a car. Uncle Ken wants to do a business of a taxi. So Granny paid the fees of learning car and now Granny paid the money for a can of petrol too. Uncle Ken is not having a penny too, right? He is not having any money. So let's see what happens. After tea, Uncle Ken said, come along, Ruskin, hop in and I will give you a ride. After tea, Uncle Ken said, come along, Ruskin, hop in and I will give you a ride. Bring Mohan along too. Bring Mohan along too. Mohan and I needed no urging. Urging means constant requesting. Urging means constant requesting. We got into the car beside Uncle Ken. Now here Ruskin is saying that we don't need any requesting. Uncle Ken said me to sit beside him and we just sit beside him. Ruskin and Mohan both sit beside Uncle Ken. Now, don't go too fast, Ken, said Granny. Now, don't go too fast, Ken, said Granny. Unconsciously, you are not used to the car as yet. You are not used to the car as yet. So, when you are running a bicycle for the first time or the scooter for the first time, your parents are telling to you, right? That don't go too fast. You are not habituated to it. So, like that, Granny is telling to the Uncle Ken that don't go too fast. You are not habituated to driving a car. Uncle Ken nodded and smiled and gave two sharp toots on the horn. Uncle Ken nodded and smiled and gave two sharp toots on the horn. So, he was feeling pleased with himself. Pleased with himself. Uncle Ken was feeling happy as he was driving the roadster for the first time. And toots means, I already told you, the sound that the horn of vehicle makes. Toots means the sound that the horn of vehicle makes. So let's see. Driving through the gate, he nearly ran over Crazy, our dog. Driving through the gate, he nearly ran over Crazy, our dog. Crazy is the name of a dog. So when they were coming out of the gate, Uncle Ken ran nearby Crazy. Miss Kellner, coming out for her evening rickshaw ride, saw Uncle Ken at the wheel of the roadster and went indoors again. Miss Kellner, coming out for her evening rickshaw ride, saw Uncle Ken at the wheel of roadster and went indoors again. Miss Kellner, who is going for her evening ride for rickshaw ride, so when he saw that Uncle Ken is driving the car, so he went back to the home again. Uncle Ken drove straight and fast, tootling the horn without a break. Uncle Ken drove straight and fast, tootling the horn without break. Tootling means making a series of sounds by honking. Tootling means making a series of sounds by honking, means continuously Uncle Ken was using the horn and he was driving without a break. At the end of the road there was a roundabout, means there was a turn. At the end of the road there was a roundabout, there was a turn. So, see, this is the image. Well, we will turn here, said Uncle Ken, and then drive back again. He turned the steering wheel. We began going round the roundabout, but the steering wheel wouldn't turn all the way, not as much as Uncle Ken would have liked it to. So instead of going round, we took a right turn and kept going straight on and straight through the Maharaja of Jetpur's garden wall. Uncle Ken turned the steering wheel, but steering wheel didn't turn. Steering wheel didn't turn, and because of that, because instead of going round, Uncle Ken took a right turn and kept going straight on through the Maharaja of Jetpur's garden wall. You can see this image. See how they have broken the wall and coming out in the garden. Right? So, see what happens next. It was a single brick wall, and the roadster knocked it down and emerged on the other side without any damage to the car or any of its occupants. Occupants means a person who was sitting in the car. Uncle Ken brought it to a halt in the middle of the Maharaja's lawn. Lawn means a green grass. So, car stopped in the middle of the Maharaja's lawn, in the middle of the Maharaja's garden. Running across the grass came the Maharaja himself. Now, you can imagine that a car and a wall. So, how much noise it makes, right? Flanked by his secretaries and their assistants. Flanked means on each or one side of the Maharaja, means both side of the Maharaja. His secretary and assistants were with them. When he saw that it was Uncle Ken at the wheel, the Maharaja beamed with pleasure. Beamed means smiled happily. Beamed means smiled happily. Maharaja was smiling. Now, if anybody broke down our wall and coming out in our house without a permission like this, then what can we do? What we will do? Of course, we will getting angry with him. But here, Maharaja is not getting angry. Instead of that, Maharaja is smiling. Delighted to see you all, chap. Delighted means happy. I'm happy to see you, he exclaimed. Jolly decent of you to drop in again. I'm happy to see you here again. How about a game of tennis? Do you want to play a tennis? Maharaja is asking to Uncle Ken. Now, let me tell you a story which is not given in your textbook about this tennis game. It was in my textbook when I was a student. Uncle Ken once applied for a job as a tutor in Maharaja Jodhpur's palace. Maharaja gave a notice in the paper that we need a tutor for our prince and princess. So Uncle Ken applied to the Maharaja of Jodhpur and he was selected. Now, Uncle Ken, how he was teaching to that two children, to the prince and princess of Maharaja. For example, 2 plus 2, answer is 4. 2 plus 2, what is the answer? 4. So, if the prince is writing 3 and if the princess is writing a 4, so Maharaja is both Maharaja is giving right, that both the answers are right. He never said any answer wrong. Once Maharaja said that I want to play a tennis, so at that time Uncle Ken said that yes, I know how to play a tennis. But the actual thing is that Uncle Ken don't know how to play a tennis. So all the time he lost the game against the Maharaja. All the time Uncle Ken lost the game of tennis against the Maharaja. So Maharaja was feeling very happily that all the time only he was winning the game. So that's why here Maharaja of Jodhpur is asking to Uncle Ken that how about a game of tennis? That do you want to play a tennis now? As we are also doing that, if any game we are winning again and again, so we want to play that game only, right? If you are playing with your siblings, your brothers and sisters, for example, you are playing with your brother and your brother is losing game again and only you are winning the game again and again. So what will you do? You want to play more and more that game, right? So this is the lesson written by Ruskin Bond. So let's see some information about the author which we have already seen. Ruskin Bond is a popular Indian author born in 1934 in Kausuli. He has spent most of his life in the Himalayas. He wrote his first novel, The Room of the Roof, when he was only 17. Till date, he has written over 30 novels for children and more than 300 short stories. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992, the Padma Shri in 1999, and the Padma Bhushan in 2014 for his contribution to Indian literature. He lives in Landore, Uttarakhand. Okay. So, my dear students, this is the end of the lesson. So, regarding this explanation, if you are having any doubts, feel free to message me on my WhatsApp number. So, from the next lecture, we will start with our Fairbook notes of lesson number 9, Uncle Ken at the wheel. So, when you will sit for your next lecture, for your next video, kindly sit with your Fairbook and your compass box, because from the next lecture we are going to start to write Fairbook notes. Okay, till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.